Hey friends, what's up? We are going to twist my hair and yap today. So again, same as a couple of videos ago, if you want a body double, if you want to do your hair while we catch up, you can do that. If you want to let this play for your pets, you can do that, because I know some people do. And let's style my hair. I am going to be doing my first twist out on my short hair. I did do my braid out a couple weeks ago and it was okay. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to post a video is because y'all, I don't like my hair. I know that my last hair video was me getting a haircut. I regret it. If only because my hair is shorter, much shorter than I wanted, and thus much shorter than I'm used to. My hair used to be like here. Okay, so for comparison, my hair is to my collarbone. It used to be somewhere between like bra strap and boob length. And now it's not. Like, not even close. And I realized that I think there might have just been some miscommunication between me and the stylist as far as what I wanted. Because y'all, if you watch any of my haircut videos, I always say I want them to cut off the back because I want it to not like have a tail, right? The back of my hair grows faster than the rest. Now, the back of my hair is the shortest. Like, I think that she took me wanting the back of my hair off as like gone, not just evened. So I'm a little, more than a little, I was very frustrated and disappointed, but now I'm okay. It's hair. Thank God my hair will grow back, most likely. So I'm frustrated because I've been saying for a while, I'm growing my hair out, and it finally was growing. It was long. Well, not even it was growing the whole time, but it finally was long. And so I was really excited about that, and then I promptly got it cut. But why did I want a haircut? So I wanted to cut my hair. At this point, it's like pushing 2 months, and I will say I've already noticed it growing just a little bit, right? Like, it's just a little bit easier for me to get my hair up into certain styles and things like that. But I wanted to cut my hair because, very cliche, I'm going through changes. I recently quit my job. Y'all know I love quitting a job. I never talked about it on this channel, but I actually had gone back to teaching and ended up leaving again, this time likely for good. I went back to teaching for this past school year. Same result as the first time I left teaching. Same thing happened. So I knew I was gonna leave my job, been like always having some different health issues that I'm trying to sort out. That's like normal at this point for me. And so I just wanted, I wanted something to be easier, because it's not like my hair is hard to manage. Although I will say the longer it gets, it does get a little bit overwhelming. And so I wanted not even to like make it shorter, I wanted to shape it more. Because I wasn't happy with the lack of shape that my hair had grown into. So I went to go get my hair done, and I think, again, there was just a lack of communication. But I am happy because now I'm 100% positive that those highlights are gone. We did have a great consultation and a great conversation about the health of my hair, which I was concerned about. So I do have like more info on my hair in its current state. And to be honest, looking at my hair, actually, the length in the front is not that different. It really is like the stylist took off the back. But a lot of the styles that I like to do they're not working the same. This is the shortest my hair has been since, I think, 2021. Especially like the length in the back. The difference is that the length in the front visually is longer than the back now. If I, like when I blow my hair out, it's all one length actually. So it looks like the front is longer than the back now. I miss having long hair. And you know what? Like I said, have some different life stuff going on. I'm going to be switching careers. Like I said, I left teaching, never to return. And so I'm gonna be switching careers. I'm starting grad school in the fall. I've always wanted to be a children's librarian. That's actually why I became a teacher, because I wanted to have experience hands-on with kids before I decided to spend tens of thousands of dollars on a graduate degree. And so I got into graduate school and just, wanted to physically signify that change. Now, the weekend before I got my hair cut, I also got a belly button piercing. And I wish that I stopped there. What I realized from getting this haircut is that my long hair definitely is like my security blanket. Like, I remember being in high school and having no peripheral vision because I have like so much hair, and when it gets long, it basically just, like, it's a mane. It takes up my whole head. I am, like I said, going through a lot of changes. I have recorded videos since turning 30, but I don't know that I really talked too much about it. But I kind of hit 30 and I've had to take stock of my life and realize, oh, I'm living to work. And I don't want to do that. All of my 20s was dedicated to working, but my late 20s, like from 25 to 30, I was a teacher. And it's a lot, Education is in a really bad place right now, and I've really had to interrogate why I want to be in helping professions, a bunch of different stuff. So I do feel like in cutting my hair, I am kind of nurturing myself internally along the way while I'm nurturing my hair and helping it grow back. And so I don't think it's altogether bad. I think that what it is I don't look like myself anymore. I don't feel like I look like myself. And I think I've felt frustrated beyond just the styling of my hair. Like, oh, I have to kind of relearn how to do hair that's this long. And like I said, my hair hasn't been this short in years. But besides that, it's also like, I look different. Like, I am physically signifying that I'm going through a change. And I don't know that I wasn't prepared for that because I didn't plan on my hair being this short, you know? So I'm just trying to make peace with that. For the changes that are going on, I've also had to really like grapple with, I'm not who I thought I was, you know? Who am I outside of a job? And I've always, even as a kid, I've always had a strong sense of self. As far as like what I think is right and wrong, what I'm willing to tolerate and not, I've always had a strong sense of that, and it changes. But I've always really identified with being hardworking, being accomplished, being successful. And, you know, one could argue I have the opportunities to still continue that, especially going back to school finally. And especially going back to school for what I've always wanted to do. But I got to the point where I was working myself so hard as a teacher. Like when I got my acceptance, I got into my top choice school. I wasn't even excited. That's not good. That's not a good sign. I was so fucking burnt out from my job that I couldn't even be happy for myself. So you know what? Maybe I shouldn't look the same and shouldn't continue with this same MO that I've had for years. I feel like overall, the phase that I'm in, entering my 30s, is one, right now, is very much one of discomfort. Straight up, I am uncomfortable. I don't look like myself. I have to find a new job. I'm not working right now. I'm really uncomfortable with the changes that I am going through. I don't look like myself. I don't feel like myself anymore. My regular routine that I hated getting up at 5:30 in the morning, but getting up at 5:30 in the morning, being at work, being on at 7:30 in the morning, that is so familiar to me that I didn't even like reflect on, maybe I don't like this, you know? I think I commend everybody that I know, which at this point is a lot of people that I know that are still in education, because y'all are stronger than me. Y'all are built differently than I am. My hair is different, my body is different, my values, I think my values are the same and my priorities are different, if that makes sense, if that's possible. You know, I still care about all the same things. Like I got to the point with teaching where it was so bad, I didn't even know if I wanted to be a children's librarian anymore, which is what I wanted for the last 10 years. Growth is uncomfortable, is what I'm learning. And I've really just gotten to the point in life with my mental health, with my mental illness, where I really had to take stock of, if I'm 30 and my life is a third of the way over, do I want to keep doing this for the next 30 years and then retire and then have 30 more years to actually live life? No, that's not fair to myself, you know, at all. So here I am on a Friday, unemployed, doing a twist out. And I don't know, I will say, I think overall, something I've been reflecting on a lot lately is happiness is not the goal. Happiness is never the goal. Peace is the goal, because happiness is an emotion. It's not a state of being. Peace, contentment, that is a state of being. I am content with the decisions that I've made so far this year. And so, like I'm saying, with everything, right? If that means that I'm uncomfortable with how long my hair is for a couple months, so be it. At least I'm not unhappy. because thank God I still have hair on my head. There's a lot of people that don't and wish that they did. You know, it's not so short. And I really feel like, yes, it's hair, but I do believe hair has a lot of meaning, culturally, spiritually, etc. God wanted me to signify that I'm going through changes. You know, so even letting go of that old mindset of being a workaholic and all this different stuff, you know, I should look different. And that's one thing I will say with my long hair was that I was wearing it up nonstop because I was so exhausted from my job that I would just wear it in a bun, blow it out and wear it in a bun for a week, wash it, and then keep on doing the same thing. I wasn't enjoying my hair at all. And so having to style my hair differently because it's shorter, not the end of the world. All right, cutie pies, I will see you tomorrow when I take this down. Good morning, friends. I just woke up. Let me just say, with the way that my college's administration is acting, I'm embarrassed, but this is what I slept in. So I'm going to be taking 2 products today for my hair, but only 1 right now. I'm gonna use BioSilk Silk Therapy to help unravel the twist. This is Palestinian American owned, so I've been using BioSilk and Chi are the same company. So I've been using a lot of BioSilk. Oh, how cute, look. It is definitely going to be shrunken. I think this actually, I don't know, I was gonna say, I think this actually might come out looking shorter than a wash and go, but we'll see. So that's half the back. So with what I was talking about yesterday with my hair being short, you see what I mean? My hair is short now. Ooh, these curls are really pretty. Look how pretty that is. I was watching the footage from yesterday back last night, and I was thinking to myself, wow, I have such a graceful attitude about this haircut, instead of being like, that stylist didn't know what she was doing, she didn't listen to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, it's not coming back. So, no sense being super upset. My hair smells amazing. And I think what I'm gonna do, because my hair is really soft, there's not like a cast on it or anything, I'm gonna just pick it to high heaven and make it very, very big, and then use a shit ton of hairspray to try and keep it stretched out. But I am gonna stretch it with the blow dryer. So I'll see y'all in a couple hours. All right, cuties, hello. Apologies if the sound of the fan is bothering you, but if you're like me, you sweat out of the shower, so I can't be doing that. All right, my twist out has had time to marinate. Let me put this fan down actually, because I don't want it to blow my hair. And what I'm going to do is separate the front from the back. Normally I would do this on high heat, but given the temperature in this room, I'm gonna do this on medium if I can stand it. That made a huge difference. Now is the fun part. And I said I wasn't gonna talk about brands too much anymore. If they're black owned, maybe. This pic is from Pattern. You see what's happening? I think I prefer this with the middle part. I'm telling you that stretching my hair made such a difference. Wow. Final step. BioSilk Natural Hold Finishing Spray. It is almost time. The front of my hair looks weird because it was a side part. I don't know if I care that much. I don't do this often. What I'm gonna do is just put some edge control and brush my part just a little bit to try and get it to lay down. I haven't been using edge control lately, like on a slip back or something. My hair slips pretty easily. Yeah, not a lot, but it makes a difference. All right, y'all. This is cute. This gives my hair a lot more. This gives my hair a lot more volume than a wash and go would, thus making my hair look like it's a little bit. Not even that it's longer, but I guess it just shows the true length a little more. I don't like that edge control because it builds up really easily. All right, y'all. This is a finished look. Real quick, just tacking this on at the end, I wanted to show you how I'll probably be wearing my hair for the next couple months while I'm trying to grow it out. So if y'all have been watching, you know, last year I was cutting my highlights out of my hair and cutting out damage, and I ended up wearing my hair in a stretched braid out for most of the year. This go around, this hair is a stretched twist out. So I actually did it the exact same way as what you just watched. I just did it on blown out hair so that obviously the result is a little bit more elongated. Also too, before I did this style, I did give myself a little bit of a trim because when I went back through my hair, like literally with a fine tooth comb, the back of it was like this. It was uneven, this haircut. So I trimmed it up to give it a more, you know, even perimeter. And then I also, as you see, gave myself some face framing layers in the front. So just a real quick 1-2, because I have to remind myself sometimes. I know how to cut my own hair. It's even and it looks good. So I actually really like this. Of course, I wish my hair was longer, but I love how much volume it has. I like the overall shape now that I have some layering in it. So maybe I'll show y'all how to do this, but I'll see you in my next video.